what that is?
Sure I do. Those are mine.
That's a felony. Even worse. It's high treason to own those books. Those books include the worst forms of conspiracies. They're like a plague and virus that take over the body reading it. Where are these books from?
Wouldn't the better question be, when are those books from?
No, it doesn't matter to me.
I think it does. They are from a time when life was different. The time when we could meet our friends, go to restaurants, celebrate whatever and whenever we wanted to. The time when life was worth living. A world full of peace, love and ice cream. Do you just remember the best ice cream in the world? We had hope and we had freedom. A place we could proudly call our home. And those two books secured what we wanted to live. A combination of through state and belief regulated, self-regulation and freedom.
Life is different now. We can't change that. We might as well just adapt to it.
I don't want to live a life like that, where I can't do the most important thing of my life, to believe. I want to fight. I don't just want to give up. I want to make a difference. And if everyone would start thinking like that, we could really achieve something big. We can shift something around. This book was the legal code of Germany before the global state developed and English got a world language. I received this book at university during my time in 2020, the year when everything broke apart. The state leaders came up with new regulations to repress the people and secure their power. Their excuse was virus. Something they sold us as a super deadly killer virus. State leaders started to take away our rights and our freedom. For the sake of the good for everyone. You know, every time they took a right from us and gave us a law, I crossed out the law in our legal code of Germany. See? And I wrote the date next to it. For example, they deleted the riot on the 25th of October 21. Die Würde des Menschen ist unantastbar. Sie zu achten und zu schützen ist die Verpflichtung aller staatlicher Gewalt. Or another one down here. Die Freiheit des Glaubens, des Gewissens und die Freiheit des religiösen und weltanschaulichen Bekenntnisses sind unverletzlich. And you see how many they took from us. Oh, this one. Alle Deutschen haben das Recht, sich ohne Anmeldung und ohne Erlaubnis friedlich und ohne Waffen zu versammeln. They took that right. I think instead of hiding, we should do something to end all that. What now?
I won't give up the fight.
Neither will I. I want to make a difference. I want to change the world we're living in, and I want to make Jesus be glorified again. You know, 5 years ago we watched those films about the countries in the Middle East where Christianity was illegal. Those movies seem so far away.
True.
And now, 5 years later, we are exactly in the same situation.
Have you expected that? Roy, I feel like we're the only Christians left in the world. But, I mean, this can't be true, right?
No, we had thousands, maybe 100,000s of pastors, church leaders. I don't know where they are, but we had so many.
It's like they remain silent. Like they have nothing to say anymore.
It would be so important for them to stand up for us. You know what comes in my mind right now is Christianity when it got born 2,000 years ago.
Yeah.
Christianity was illegal.
True. The story repeats itself.
It's ridiculous. And you know, those Christians, they did not give up. They somehow survived. And it was illegal, and they met secretly, and they did not give up. And now we're so thankful for that they did not give up. I'm pretty sure it was hard for them too.
Yeah. And they used the fish symbol to find allies.
That's right. Remember they drew that one line, and then the other person drew the other line.
Yes.
And then you got the fish. Yeah, because we're just us two. But if we find more Christians, and we will find a lot of underground churches, I think we could really change something. We can't use the internet, you know. They are watching it, they're monitoring it all the time.
We need to find different ways.
You know what? Maybe we just give it into God's hands. We go out, we maybe do those fish, and maybe God will do something with it.
Yeah. Let's try it. As I said, I won't give up this fight. And also, this is not our fight. God will fight for us, and I'm sure that we find people who will fight with us.
And God is in control. And you know what? I think I got some graffiti back there. Maybe we can just spray fish and maybe find some more people that I think the same as we do.
Roy, let's do it. Let's not wait. Let's just do it.
No more talking about it. The way it is, the way it is. It's no mystery. There's no getting around it. When you're here, we got chemistry. We light up when we ignite. We are stars in a darkened sky. When you leave, don't forget to remember. Don't forget to remember me. When you leave, don't forget to remember. Don't forget to remember me. Remember me. I fight for you every second. To keep your touch, keep your touch in my memory. I try not to regret it. What could have been, should have been. If you would stay with me. When you leave, don't forget to remember. Don't forget to remember me. When you leave, don't forget to remember. Don't forget to remember me. Remember me. Remember me.
How's everybody doing today? I hope that you stuck it through that video that I put together. That is truly showing exactly where we're going, and the information I'm going to show you here obviously will prove it. It is very, very evident where we are headed. This is a bill that is, trying to get pushed through government, okay? And we are seeing things like this happen all throughout the world. All right, let's read this. Okay, this is from the New York State Senate. Okay, this is Assembly Bill A416. It relates to the removal of cases, contacts, carriers of communicable diseases who are potentially dangerous to the public health. That is a massive part of this, because that is the excuse they are going to use to then do the things that are listed in this bill. It goes on. I'm not going to read the whole thing. I have some parts that I would like you to look at, and it's definitely alarming. All right, this goes on. It says, an act to amend the public health law in relation to the removal of cases, contacts, and carriers of communicable diseases who are potentially dangerous to the public health. It says, the public health law is amended by adding a new section, 2120-A, to read as follows. The removal and the detention of cases, contacts, and carriers who are or may be a danger to the public health. Other orders. It says the provisions of this section shall be utilized in the event that the governor declares a state of health of emergency due to an epidemic of any communicable disease. This is huge. Okay, this is the part. Due to any, right? It doesn't matter what it is. It does not have to be CV19. This is how they set precedents over and over and over again, create laws over and over again that just continue to push their agenda, okay? People always say, oh, it's just for this because we're dealing with CV19. No, they set the precedents over and over again, and this has been going on for a long time. All right, listen to what this says, okay? It says, the governor or his or her delegate, including but not limited to the commissioner or the heads of local health departments, may order the removal and or detention of such a person or a group of such persons by issuing a single order, identifying such persons either by name or by a reasonable, specific description of the individuals or group being detained. So this is not just coming after individuals. These are going to come in and take your entire family. Listen, it says, the such person or group of persons shall be detained in a medical facility or appropriate facility or premises designated by the governor or his or her delegate in complying with subdivision 5 of this section. They are coming out directly and telling you, if you do not listen and follow the rules and do what they say, go and roll up your sleeve, they are coming after you. There is no doubt. You can see it here over and over again. And you do not have to be test positive, nothing. You can just be someone who came in contact according to them. You came in too close to them, and then they will do this exact thing to you. All right? It says, a person who is detained pursuant to subdivision 2 of this section as a contact of a confirmed case or a carrier shall not continue to be detained after the department determines that the person is not infected with the disease or such contact no longer presents a potential danger to the health of others. See, they're always going to say this is about the greater good. It's about everybody taking care of each other, loving each other. It's very, very obvious what's going on here. Okay, and they're just saying that if it only have to be a contact of a confirmed case or a carrier. It doesn't matter. They are coming after everybody. And guess what it states in here? They can keep you in here. It's just ridiculous. I'll leave a link to this so you can go back and see all of this. But the most important part is coming up right here, okay? Guess what you have to do to be able to get out? Right here, I will read this part and I will explain a couple of the things that I found out while I was doing research on this, but this is the most important part, okay? Let's go back up here. It says, in addition to the removal or detention orders referred into subdivision 2 of this section, and without affecting or limiting any other authority that the commissioner may otherwise have, the governor or his/her delegate may, in his or her discretion, issue and seek enforcement of any other orders that he or she determines are necessary or appropriate to prevent dissemination or transmission of a contagious disease or other illness. See, there's another thing, other illness. Doesn't have to be a contagious disease. It's left open-ended. So they can use this on so many different things. It says, of course, right, that they might pose a threat to the public health. That's what they're going to say over and over again. Okay, it says, but not limited to orders requiring any persons or persons who are not in the custody of the department to be excluded, to remain isolated or quarantined at home or where? At a premises of such the person's choice that is acceptable to the department and under such conditions and for such a period as well as will prevent transmission of the contagious disease or other illness. It says to require the testing, here we go, the testing or medical examination of persons who may have been, there you go again, don't have to actually be, they don't have to say you tested positive. It says people who may have been exposed or infected by a contagious disease or who may have been exposed to a contaminated with dangerous amounts of radioactive material or toxic chemicals. See, this is wide open, leaving it open. They will then do what? They will require an individual who has been exposed or infected by a contagious disease to complete an appropriate prescribed course of treatment, preventative medication, or guess what? The end game. The jab. Okay? So they are telling you that if you want to get out, you will follow what they're telling you and you will roll up your sleeve. If you do not, that will be the end of it. You will be taken. Okay, and now as I was digging into this, I want you to see this. This goes, look at this, these are other versions that were introduced, right, from this exact bill. Look at this all the way back in 2015, 2016. Look at, it's the same bill with the same person on it, the Perry, okay? And he was trying to put it in all the way back there. This is how long they've been planning it. They have been pushing this in over and over again, and each time they've updated this, he's just added more stuff to it. Okay, look at 2017, 2018, 2019, 22, 21, 22. It has been the same bill. They have been planning this, okay, over and over again. And I looked up the name to, this Perry, it says right here, by M. of A. Perry. This is what's crazy. I don't know if this is truly linked to it, but when I just searched what I just showed you with that M. and A. Perry, this was the very first thing that came up. This corporation, this M&O Perry Industries, that guess what's it about? All of this type of stuff with the pharmaceutical and all about the jab. Trust me, there's not a coincidence. Even if they two are truly not linked 100%, I'm telling you, there was a reason that this popped up instantly after I searched that. So they're not stopping this. Now, like I said, I don't know if this is truly, linked to that guy. I looked him up himself. He's been pushing this type of stuff for a long time. But I know this video is already going along with the movie clips and what I put together at the beginning, so I'll end it here. I want you all to continue to pray. Our faith is truly under attack, and we have to continue to fight for our faith, okay? Fight in the name of Jesus, and please do whatever you can to spread the word. I love you all. Continue to pray. Be safe, be strong, and most of all, no fear. We'll talk to you soon. God bless.